Welcome back to Brad Pitt Career Mode on F1 25. Today we're back for round 6 in Miami. As per usual, first things first, going through the research and development pages. We have plenty of slots available for upgrades, so these will go on, I guess, before Imola. But I think we have like a handful of upgrades coming on for this race too. So we do have some worn engine components on Brad Pitt's car, but what I like to do is use the most worn components for practice, and then when we switch to qualifying in the race, put on the newer components for more speed. This is our teammate's engine. Oh boy, how are these that bad? Mine are completely fine. And there we go, pretty much a full new engine for our teammate, so hopefully he places above, 17th. All right, here's the moment of truth. Hopefully all these upgrades are green. They make it onto the car, looking pretty good. Oh, what is this? All right, I guess we got some contract talks with our star driver, Mr. Brad Pitt here. It's still crazy seeing him in cutscenes. Okay, annual salary, 13 million, and a signing bonus of 1.3. We have to pay back that signing bonus of 1.3 if we're not higher than 8th in the constructor standings. So even with all that combined, I think that's still less than he made for even doing the F1 movie. So that's just pennies to this guy. Okay, well that's dealt with. So back to the upgrades. I believe some of this is research and some of this is development. But if these all stay green, which they do, which is so rare, we're pretty good. Oh my god, something else to do? Upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. We got 3 for Mr. Brad Pitt here. Of course, they're going only onto his car. We got a chassis upgrade, engine power, and durability upgrade. So hopefully that puts us in the running for another race win. All right, finally we can get into the race weekend, going to Miami, my least favorite track of the year. Yeah, already struggling in free practice 1 here. Even the practice programs are a bit tricky. This is by far my worst track on the calendar. I'm really not expecting a good result here. I hate this track, and I'm pretty terrible at it. We did just come off a race win in Saudi Arabia, which was absolutely insane, but I'm expecting a pretty poor result in Miami. I'm really terrible at this track, so I think this is going to be the biggest disparity between race results this season. This is definitely not going to be a good one. On top of my absolute hatred for this track and my lack of ability around here, I think the car setup is going to need some major tweaking in this session. The front end is super understeery, and the back end is not really feeling very good. So not great on the setup so far. Free practice 1 is at an end, and we are 4 seconds off the pace. That is fantastic. Oh god, it's a sprint weekend. I completely forgot about that. I definitely need more time to tweak the setup, and I just get some practice laps in. That is going to be an issue. Okay, well, first lap of sprint qualifying, I guess. The car is still not feeling very good at all. I was able to make some setup changes, but I haven't really been able to test them out until right now. So that's that's not good. Yeah, I just have zero confidence right now in the car or in my track knowledge as well. This is really going to be a rough qualifying. All right, we'll see what time we set. We only have 1 set of tires, so this lap is going to be the one that counts. It's a 129.3. We're not going to do a second lap, so we'll see where that puts us. I'm afraid to even look at where we finished here. We're not even in the top 14, and we're last. Oh boy, okay. Alright, well, starting at the back of the grid is definitely not ideal. We need to be in the top 8 to get points in the sprint race. 5 red lights are on, and we are racing around Miami for 10 laps in the sprint race. Decent start so far.
We're monitoring somewhere on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of
Wait a minute, did I not switch the components over to the new... I think I'm running the old engine. Oh my god, that is terrible. All right, well, we're definitely going to be majorly down on power. We've got a couple components that are pretty worn up the inside of the Alpine right there of Jack doing side by side on this straight right here. No DRS enabled on lap 1, of course. So we're going to have to try to just get ahead, use as much battery as we can to keep this position into the next quarter. Looks like the Alpine switching to the inside into the braking zone. We go side by side under braking with Jack doing. He's ahead just at the corner, and he's going to take back 17th position around the outside. We can try something, but a little bit too far back. We might have a bit of a look here on the Alpine into the final corner of the lap. Under braking now up the inside, doing kind of weaving around a little bit. Slight contact banging wheels with the Alpine, and we can take back 16th place. So behind Gasly and Lawson now, we really need to push to try to get to the top 8. 3 wide, it looks like, into turn 17. Our teammate caught in the middle of a couple cars. Gasly backs out of that. We can maybe go for a move around the outside of the Alpine side by side now, with Gasly heading towards the finish line, and we can pull ahead. We do have DRS on the straight, so that'll give us a little bit of a boost, and we can try to reel in our teammate as our next victim in terms of an overtake. So 15th position on lap 3. Definitely a lot of work to do. I'm definitely starting to notice a lack in straight line speed because of the old engine components, but into turn 17 we go, pretty close to our teammate. I'm going to try to just stick the nose up the inside. A lot of contact, definitely too far back to go for a move right there. A lot of contact with our teammate, but we take the place. He's probably going to have a run on us, though, into turn 1. He will have DRS. We have DRS as well, but it's not enough because we've got really limited straight line speed. Up the inside goes our teammate. I'm just going to run him out of track. And there we go. We can take back 14th position.
Okay, we're reaching a danger point with the wear on the MGU-H. Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue, so keep temps under control, please.
Yeah, no, I was aware of that. Thank you, though. Oh my god, Mark, you need to shut up, dude. I'm getting passed by my teammate on the straight here. We do not have DRS. We're too far back from Liam Lawson to have DRS. Passed by Stroll as well. We just won a race last time out. Now we're getting passed by Stroll. So this is definitely a very tough race. Gasly sticking his nose up the inside. Luckily, we can cover that off for the time being, but I definitely want to get past these two guys in front. Yeah, I'm really struggling with the front end here, not to mention the straight line speed difficulties. It's very difficult to try to keep up to Stroll and our teammate in front. We got Gasly going for a move on us on the straight. Really sketchy move from Gasly right there, and Behrman as well. So that's good. Looks like we've got Hadjar going for a move on us on the straight. We will have DRS, but it's not going to be even close to enough to do anything about that move. This is absolutely terrible, man. I mean, a race winner last time out, and now we're in 19th on pace. It's a red flag. What happened there? I've never gotten a red flag before. This is crazy. This is the first time I've ever seen it. Okay, red flag, session stopped. So I don't know exactly what happened there. I'll have to check the replay after the race. But yeah, so we're gonna do a race restart. I assume it's gonna put us on the soft compound tires. Yeah, all right, let's do it. Hopefully the race restart gives us a chance to go for a couple moves into turn 1. I guess we're getting thrown right into it. 5 red lights are on, and we are racing for the second time at a standing start around Miami, starting 19th this time around. So a couple positions up than when we first started the race. Up the inside we go, making up 3 places into turn 1, passing Pierre Gasly, and stuck behind Lance Stroll and our teammate, going a little bit slow, side by side, through this section of S's in Sector 1. We're gonna go 3 wide, it looks like, up the inside of our teammate around this corner. Very crazy move right there. Really, really close to contact, but we can make that one stick, just sneaking up the inside. What a move. Really struggling for straight line speed, though. Hulkenberg in front is pulling away pretty quickly. We got Lance Stroll coming up on the outside here, pretty much side by side with the Aston Martin. Into the braking zone we go. We have the inside line, and we can cover off Lance Stroll for the time being. We make up a lot of time on the AI into this next couple of corners here. Turn 13 through 16, we make up a lot compared to these guys. Really close to the back of Nico Hulkenberg now. And as long as we can make up a couple places, we might have a shot at the top 10. Sector 1 and Sector 3 is where we really start to struggle compared to these guys. Sector 2 is definitely our strongest one compared to the AI, but really with straight line speed lacking, it's very difficult to stick with the DRS of Nico Hulkenberg in front. We've only got about a lap and a half remaining, so hopefully we can make up a couple more places, but this is going to be tricky. Hulkenberg and Sainz battling it out a little bit, but here we go, on to the final lap of the sprint race now. Definitely feeling the pressure right now. We got Lance Stroll really close behind us. He's going to go for a move up the inside, really close to the wall for Lance Stroll. Gasly passing us as well, so losing 2 places on the final lap. We get hit from behind by one of the Haas cars, kind of nudging us towards the braking zone. Into the braking zone we go, side by side around the outside of the Haas car, and we have the inside line for the next corner, so we can cover that off for the time being. Down to 16th position after losing those 2 places on the final lap. Car setup is really difficult to deal with. I pretty much have no confidence around here right now. Here comes Behrman on the straight. We do have DRS, but completely out of battery and lacking straight line speed. Into turn 17 we go. Hopefully, we can have a good exit and a good run on the Haas into the finish line, but it doesn't really seem like we're going to be close enough. Pretty much 0 battery left, and that is going to be the race. 17th place in the sprint race.
Take care of the car
That is so bad. That is really, really, really bad. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty awful. I'm gonna change out the engine components, so hopefully this will help us with straight line speed for the race. There we go. So new gearbox, new turbo, new MGUH, and new ICE. So into qualifying we go, I guess. I'm really praying we at least get to Q2. That would be really terrible if we couldn't get out of Q1. So I don't know, man. A race win last time, and now this is where we're at. That's just so crazy. First lap of qualifying 1 done. We set a 1:29.3, which I think was our same time for the sprint qualifying. All right, here we go. Final lap of Q1. Hopefully we can get through to Q2. We probably need about a couple seconds improvement to make it through. Over a second up on our previous time now. Definitely a lot faster than the AI through Sector 2. Struggling to get the car turned right there, but we go purple in Sector 2, so we do have some pace. We'll see what we set. We're 1.2 seconds in the green, across the line with a 1:28.1, I believe. And I think that'll get us through. There we go. Into Q2 we go. Our first lap in Q2 coming to an end. We're on an old set of softs just for a benchmark time, so we'll set a 1:30.2. which is very slow, but that's okay. All right, final lap of Q2. We really need to get through to Q3. I at least need to finish in the top 10 in this race. We can't let a race go by where we don't score any points. We're trying to win a championship here. This is a good line through these S's here. Almost a second up now through Sector 1 and onto the straight we go. We should have a little bit more straight line speed here. That's almost 2 seconds up now through Sector 2. Onto the back straight we go. Purple in Sector 2 yet again. So we are fast through there. Into turn 17 now. We need a good run through here. Not really gaining any time through this corner. It's a 2-second improvement into the last couple of corners on the lap. And I don't know if that's going to be enough. We set a 1:28.1, and we'll see where that puts us. It is not enough for Q3. 14th on the grid.
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check. You're going to have to push early on if you want to have any chance of beating your results from last race. Good luck.
I don't think it's possible to beat my results from last race. I won the race. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm seeing if I do a 1-stop, it's a 4:42 race time, and a 2-stop is a 45:01. So why is everyone not doing the 1-stop? I mean, we'll try it out. Start on the hards. Yeah. Here we go, starting from a much better position. This time around, 14th on the grid. 5 red lights are off, and we are racing around Miami for 29 laps. Crazy wheel spin off the start, but we can probably get pretty close to the points after a couple moves into turn 1 here. 3 wide around turn 1. We have the inside line, and getting past George Russell in that Mercedes and up into 11th place. Gasly and Albon, the next 2 cars ahead, and 1 overtake, and we're in the points. We need a points finish this race. Already a lot of pressure from Behrman behind. He is on the soft compound tires. We're on the hard, so we should technically be slower than most of the field, at least for this first stint. Behrman looking up the inside. We can cover that off for now. It's going to be very tricky to keep the soft and medium runners behind us for the next couple of laps. The longer we get into the stint, though, the better our tires will be compared to the rest of the field. I assume everyone else is going to be on a 2-stop. Looks like we are close enough to go for a move here on Pierre Gasly into turn 17. I'm going to switch to the inside, under braking here, side by side with the Alpine, and ahead at the corner, keeping it clean. And that puts us into 10th place in this race, so into the points now. And as long as everyone is on a 2-stop, we should be able to overcut pretty much the entire field on these hards. I think we're close enough to go for a move on Albon here yet again into turn 17, under braking, really late lunge up the inside of the Williams. A little bit of contact with Albon there, definitely felt pretty late to go for a move right there, but it worked out, and we're up into 9th place on lap 5 now. Looks like Gasly might be going for something on this straight. I'm going to use the battery to try to fight it, but we don't really have much left, down to 3% on only lap 5, so kind of abusing the ERS for the majority of this race so far. So back down into 10th place, but crucially, still in the points. I'm not too worried about getting overtaken in this first stint, because if everyone's on a 2-stop, which I'm pretty sure they are, we should pass a lot of people in the pit lane, so not too concerning if we get past here. Ocon looks like pulling to the side is going to be out of this race. Mechanical DNF for the Haas driver, and that brings us up into 9th. Behind Gasly now. I'm kind of struggling to keep up with Gasly here. I'm just barely sticking within DRS, and this isn't going to help. We got Alonso up the inside into turn 1. I'm going to leave him just enough space to get around the corner, so we cover off the Aston Martin for now, but that puts us over a second from Pierre Gasly, so going to lose DRS here. Yeah, under a lot of pressure from Alonso behind. Kind of a bad exit right there. Alonso's going to get a good run. We will not have DRS. We're going to try to block off this move from George Russell behind. Going to get absolutely swallowed up by some of the top teams here. There goes Tsunoda and Russell down into the braking zone. So that's 3 places lost on one straight. I'm going to really need to try to just stick with these guys for the next couple of laps. I absolutely hate this track, dude. I'm really not performing well around here. The car setup feels absolutely terrible. We're getting passed left and right. However, we're in 9th place right now. As long as we can stick to the cars in front within about a 20-25 second window, about as long as it takes for a single pit stop, then we should technically have the advantage in this race.
We're approaching the pit window, and you're going to be on medium.
Okay, so pit window opening in a couple of laps' time. We've got a couple cars coming out of the pit lane here. It's Leclerc and Piastri. They're both on the hard compound, so hopefully I can stick close enough just for at least one lap to try to grab some DRS. But we do have Antonelli on fresh softs behind us. I assume they're brand new tires. That's going to be a lot faster than the 14-lap hards we currently have on our car. He's going to probably absolutely fly past us on this straight. There goes Antonelli. Piastri now is 2.5 seconds up the road, so definitely losing a lot of time to the cars in front of us, probably just because of my race pace, but also the tires here. We've got Hamilton coming out of the pit lane too, so it looks like most of the field has already completed their first stop. We've got a little bit of pressure from Fernando Alonso behind and George Russell, so they've already passed me in this race, so they're essentially lapping me right now. This might have been one of the worst strategy calls I've ever done. I'm really not able to keep up with the rest of the field, especially on these hard compound tires. I'm really struggling to make any kind of progress. 70% tire wear on the rear right now, 60% on the front right. So we're going to have to come in this lap. We're over halfway in this race, so we're going to switch to the mediums. Yeah, really worn on that rear right now. Into the pit lane we go, slowing down just enough for the pit limiter. We might be cooked. I don't know. I don't think we can make up this much time on one stint on the mediums, so I don't know. We'll see. Well, let's see what the Brad Pitt crew can do for us. Looks like a good one so far. And there we go. Off to the races yet again.
Fantastic stop.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Exiting the pit lane now. It looks like we got Albon pretty close behind us on the hards as well, which is interesting. I don't know if that's the end of the stint on hards or it's a brand new set. If it is the latter, we are definitely absolutely screwed. And this is probably the worst strategy call and worst race I've done in my entire life.
Okay, they're on fresh hards.
Okay, yeah, Albon on new tires, which is absolutely not what we wanted to hear. He looks like he's going to go for a move up the inside now into the braking zone here, side by side under braking. He's pulling ahead, swerves in front of me at the apex, and takes 15th position in this race. So lap 18 of 29, and we pretty much did a strategy that got us absolutely nowhere. It only gained us maybe a handful of positions, and we probably would have gained more just by having fresh tires the whole race. Technically, though, I should be faster than Albon on the medium compound tires, passing him before we even get to the braking zone of turn 17. And around the corner we go and up into 15th. So grabbing that place right back from Albon, heading on to lap 19 of 29. 10 laps remaining, and it looks like Albon is going to have a run on us into turn 1. He will have DRS up the inside. Goes Albon side by side in the braking zone, going to squeeze him to the inside of the corner, and completely running him out of room right there. Kind of a dirty move, but whatever.
No need to worry about the tyre condition.
I know I don't need to worry about the tires. I literally just got these on the car. I really need Mark to shut up for once in this race. We're getting pressure from Alex Albon behind with DRS passing us on the straight down into the next corner. Also getting passed by one of the Saubers out of absolutely nowhere. Up the inside goes Bortoleto, way too deep on the brakes for us. And that's 2 places gone from that one mistake. We probably could have covered off the Sauber right there if I didn't make that mistake. Well, we're definitely close enough to go for a move here. I think maybe we could get both of them, at least get one up the inside of the Sauber. A lot of contact, just absolutely clawing my way back to get any places here. I hate this track so much, dude. It's not even funny. Seriously. Lap 21 of 29 now. Into turn 1 we go, super wide around that corner. The Haas goes up the inside. I'm going to completely squeeze him off the track. Dirty driving, kind of, but I just don't really care anymore. It's like really desperately clawing to get any positions in this race. Just getting swallowed up by pretty much every other car around me. It's absolutely insane. Well, there goes Behrman in just a second here, and back down to 14th. That is, honestly, it's great. It's having a great time. Looks like Gasly might go for something into turn 1. I'm going to defend the middle of the track here. He's going for something around the outside. That's insane. Around turn 1 we go. We have the inside line. That was insanely aggressive from Gasly. I did not expect that at all. Gasly's going for round 2 now on the straight. He will have DRS. We don't really have anything to fight this with besides a little bit of battery. Really aggressive again from Gasly. Going for move up the inside there, hitting the wall and me. And we're going to get passed by Bortoleto as well. Into the braking zone we go. Side by side. He's kind of swerving around. Around the outside we go. And the inside line for the next corner. So we can keep 15th. But oh my god.
A few inches later.
And passed by the other Alpine. That's lovely. And down to 17th now. Great. Oh my god. And we're low on fuel too. I don't technically have enough to even finish the race at the moment. So I'm going to have to do some lifting and coasting on top of already getting passed by pretty much the entire field. This is literally the worst race that I've ever done. And that's Hadjar going for a move into turn 17 as well. He has DRS on us. Up the inside goes the Racing Bull. Around the outside we go. I think we might have enough traction to keep this place. We can just out-traction the Racing Bull right there and keep 17th for the time being. But I'm not convinced that we'll keep it for a long time. Lifting and coasting has definitely not been helping me out. I mean, we're still 0.07 laps off of the target fuel. We got Hulkenberg up the inside. Really aggressive move from him. I guess I'm defending kind of dirty. Hadjar around the outside as well. And down into 19th we go. Big lift here before the braking zone. And what an absolute disaster. 1 lap remaining after this one. I can't wait for this to be over. Here we go. Finally on to the last lap of the race. 29 of 29. And starting this lap in 19th place of 21 cars. So, yeah, our first 5 races of the season were points finishes. Our last time out was an incredible race win. A big step towards the championship. And we're coming home, our first of 3 home races, to a 19th place finish. Terrible weekend from start to finish. Terrible pace, terrible track. Really could not have gone worse. This is definitely a low point in Brad Pitt's career. Man, what a stinker of a race. Big step backwards in the championship, but we knew going into it that Miami is going to be the worst result of the season. I knew that pretty much from the start. And especially not having full practice sessions and getting thrown right into the sprint race and then the qualifying and the race is a lot. So I'm not giving up hope yet. We're definitely going to get some more race wins this season and hopefully get that championship. On the bright side, we do have a lot of upgrades, I believe, coming for Imola. We have a lot of... Okay. Maybe not. I don't know. I have full confidence that we're going to bounce back. This weekend was tough. It's not a good track for me, and... you know, the setup did not agree with me either, so I'm not worried. We're going to get some more wins.